And it's time now on this Friday to get a wrap-up of the market action this week. And for that, we have on the line Dr. Sei-wan, Professor of Economics at Ewha Women's University. Thanks for making time today, Dr. Kim.
Good afternoon.
Well, as we just heard, the WTO has ruled in favor of Korea in that dispute with Japan, where Korea had banned marine products from areas like Fukushima, where radiation had leaked out when the tsunami struck. Now, the WTO said the ban is not a case of unfair trade restrictions. So what does this mean for the two countries' trade relations going forward?
I think overall there is no huge impact because of this WTO's decision in favor of Korean side. Actually, Japanese fisheries export has been increasing over 20% in last year. So Japanese government wanted to make a clear declaration that Fukushima is like a radiation contamination-free region after winning WTO's decision. Because of that, Japanese government's disappointment is kind of very huge this time. But it is very important to ban Fukushima fisheries import because of the possible radiation contamination. So I believe it is not unfair trade act, which is against the Japanese government argument.
Okay, yeah. So perhaps it's because their exports are rising elsewhere, they can take a blow here. But changing gears a little bit, this week in Wall Street, stocks were down in part because of the back and forth on Brexit. European markets in the red too. So what happened overall this week in Korea and globally?
Well, the global equity market has a big impact from two issues of conflicts on tariffs between U.S. and EU member countries, and IMF decreased forecast on global economic growth. Because of that, global equity market has been declined in a larger scale, particularly on last Thursday. But in the case of South Korean equity market, compared to Monday's Kospi index, today's index has been increased over 1%. So Korean equity market has been pretty good because of the positive views on China-U.S. trade talks and possible global economy recoveries. Yes.
Right, and well, staying here in Korea, the Finance Ministry, their recent Green Book was showing some improvements in terms of production, investment, consumption, and so on, but still there are these major concerns more broadly about exports that's driven by semiconductors declining there. How are exports looking this month and going forward?
Well, as you know, Green Book represents Korean government's official view on current Korean economic situation. So according to the Green Book, in the last month, March, Korean government pretty much emphasized the positive momentum from consumption investment and GDP growth. But in this month, April's Green Book, they are saying that the risk on export is increasing. That means the largest export item, which is chips export, is declining quickly. And it doesn't look that, as of now, global economic recovery is near. And the Brexit problem is still causes many problems in EU member countries and our export to EU member countries. So I believe that Korean government will end the discussion with the supplementary budget increase. The needs of this supplementary budget increase will be emphasized.
Right. Well, now on the other side of the world, we had the summit in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. That was overnight here in Korea. Presidents Moon and Trump there. Did that have any effect at all on markets?
Well, I believe that two summits meeting agenda was pretty much focused on North Korean issues. So two summit meetings effects on global and domestic equity market is, I think, limited this time. But in the long run, we can say that the lessening and weakening the tension between U.S., UK, U.S., North Korea, and Japan would give a positive, of course, momentum on domestic equity market.
Sure thing. Well, we're going to have to leave it there today, Dr. Kim. Thanks as always for your insights.
Thank you very much.